Like, I'm not talking a little bit, I'm talking a lot. Like, I believe you actually have to fill up your wallet all the way, and you still have to come back. And I mean this wallet, not a later one. Which is pretty crazy. Okay, he can't reach us. Alright, there it is. I knew it was somewhere to the north, but I couldn't remember if it was northwest-ish, northeast-ish, or just north. But it's to the northeast. Or north... Yeah, northwest. Jeez, I'm out of it today. Actually skipped school yesterday, felt awful. Couldn't even get out of bed. Fever... I didn't actually have a huge fever, it was only like 99.5, which... That's not horrible, but... Obviously, you don't want a fever at all. Wee! Well, I actually killed one and it stayed on the deck. That's incredible. And you don't have to be like me right here and go completely OCD about the rupees right now. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal, and there's areas where you can get a lot of money. But if you see something, don't just pass it up. You know, actually do something about it. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. There we go. Now, you didn't actually have to kill those guys, but you can. And I would, for both the money, the upgrades, and the fact that if you do fall down here, you'd have to kill them anyway. But you didn't have to, just so you know, you didn't have to kill them. It's just easier to. And yeah, we get to do more of this fun little event. Fortunately, though, it's not timed, so you can, you know, spend however long you want getting set up for a jump. This music always reminds me of the Inside the Great Deku Tree music from Ocarina. I'm just saying it does. I actually kind of liked that music, especially for a first temple type thing. It was pretty spooky, actually. Or at least whenever you first played it, it was pretty spooky. It's not like that dungeon was ever hard, though. I mean, it was a very, very simple dungeon. There was like one part that always stumped people, and that was just like whenever you had that spiderweb on the ground and you had to have a lit torch and you had to roll onto the ground, but that even then it didn't take that long for most people to figure that out. And I guess the dungeons we've had so far weren't too horrible. I mean, I guess you could argue Forest Haven was a little bit complicated, but it really wasn't that bad. Really, there's only 2 dungeons in the entire game that are very hard. And for those of you that played them, you know exactly which dungeons I'm talking about. But we have not gotten to either one yet, so nothing to worry about just yet. So yep, we have another treasure chart, and like I said, we're just getting a lot of these. Alright. Don't worry guys, there's only a little bit more stuff I want to do, and I can probably get it cleared up in this video. There's only like 3 more things I want to do. Still aimed west? Alright, good. Next area we're going to is obviously this square right here, Star Island. One thing I will admit that I kind of wish they had done here is, like with the whole warping thing, I kind of wish that they had like hidden it somewhere on the island or something like that, and then once you found it, like some kind of statue, then you could warp to that island, but I can also see how that would be kind of a problem because I am amazed I did not get killed right there. I could also see how that'd be a problem because after a while, the King of Red Lions would just be pretty much useless. I know, we're supposed to blow up one of these boulders. I believe it's this one right here. I'll never get used to throwing with A and dropping with R. I'm used to just dropping it and throwing it whenever you're moving. And that was the wrong one, so... Okay, maybe it was this one. I got it right that time. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Alright, good. There's not even a hole right there. There was no hole. There was no black outline. Whatever. So yeah, this is one of these, like, mini dungeon type things. You defeat a set of enemies, you get another set, you defeat them. And the cycle continues until you win and you get a prize. There's not a lot of these in this game, but there are a few. There's a really big dungeon, though, kind of like the Cave of Ordeals from Twilight Princess. There's one of those, but there are not a lot of these smaller versions where there's like 3 or 4 enemies. There's not a lot of these. And I believe these 2 moblins are the last. Well, the other one's kind of deciding to avoid me, I guess. And there's our treasure for beating this little miniature dungeon thing here. See, this is what I was talking about with the rupees. If you see one of these things, go ahead and knock it open and try to get all the rupees, bombs, and arrows. Now, if you're running low on bombs or arrows, I'd recommend going for them first, or hearts if you're running low on health, but don't just grab the bombs, arrows, health, and then leave all the rupees there. Just pick them up, because they will, in the end, you'll actually get a lot of money by doing that. But yes, for once, we actually cleared something in this side questing area that actually gave us something other than a treasure chart. We got a piece of heart from that. So in this little set of recording videos that I've done, we collected 4 heart pieces, so we got a heart container and all that. Alright, so I believe that is it for all I want to do, so let's go ahead and get started. I did not ask to fall in there, you dummy. I was looking for the King of Red Lions. And all the enemies are already gone, they're not going to come back. I stand corrected. But regardless, I'm done here, so. You don't ever get it. I don't think you ever get anything from actually going back into the mini dungeons and beating them a second time. I don't think. I could be wrong there, but I don't think that ever happens. Okay, he's over here. I know that there are some areas that do that, like, for example, I know I keep bringing it up with the Cave of Ordeals and Twilight Princess. If you go through it a second time, there are a few more enemies. Actually, come to think of it, is the Forsaken Fortress one of those places we can warp to? I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't really have these memorized or anything. No, Mother and Child Isles is the closest place we can get to, but we're closer as it is, so. Ah, well. Now, for this run, I'm not going to do this right now, but I just want to kind of get a little bit of an explanation done here. The second Forsaken Fortress go-around, these spotlights, you do not have to run away from them, because we're getting in a different way. We're not going to be catapulted over, therefore we're not going to lose our sword. So you actually don't have to sneak around this time. It's not Metal Gear Solid anymore. Which actually makes this a lot easier. This is also the opportunity to get that heart piece if you missed it. I mean the heart piece in that one cell, by the way, by jumping on the switch. So if you missed that heart piece, you can get it now. I don't want to spoil too much, but I just kind of wanted to establish the fact that if you did run into the spotlights, it's not going to send you into the prison cell. I believe there is something in here that can kind of detour your path, and I am deathly afraid of them in this game. Knock, knock. Dude, I didn't even... Wow, that was really pathetic. I didn't even actually blow up the door right there. I hit it once with a bomb, and then the cannons on the Forsaken Fortress actually blew up their own doorway. Ganon has likely been made aware of our little incursion already, but you have the Master Sword. That sword shall shine in the darkness, casting back evil. Within your hands, none can keep you from rescuing your sister. Do not be afraid. Why would I be afraid? But anyway, I think that is it for this little recording session right here. So next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, we're going to head into the Forsaken Fortress a second time. And this time, hopefully, we will rescue our sister. See you guys then.